Hi Ryan,
Hi, how are you doing?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just with you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
But I don't hear you.
you.
I don't hear you.
Might want to check your audio.
Okay, login now from another browser. Just a moment. Let me do it from here. Maybe I will do it like this. Just a moment.
Let me know when you can hear me. Yep. If you're just joining, we'll be starting in about 3 minutes. Max is here. He's just trying another browser real quick. He couldn't hear me, so. If you're just joining, we'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for logging in. Max will be here in a moment. He's restarting his browser because he couldn't hear me. So, Max,
Hello,
can you hear me now?
hear you. Can you
Okay,
hear
good.
me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Let me start over.
Yeah.
Здравствуйте, мой друг.
Здравствуйте.
Как дела?
Привет.
Okay, so we're
Все хорошо.
live. People can hear us now. And we'll be starting in about 2 minutes. I'm going to introduce you by telling your story that you sent me, if that's okay. I put it in my own words.
Okay, it's okay.
I'll give you that background. You can clarify anything that I might have screwed up when I'm done.
It's okay.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to test your screen share real quick, Max?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We've got 8 viewers, so we can maybe in the chat, if you're viewing this session in the chat, tell us if you can see the screen as we're getting ready to start.
Can you see the screen?
I can see it. I want to make sure the people on the chat can also see us and hear us. Okay, thank you, Atilio. Looks like it's working well. We'll start in about a minute. Give you another minute to give people time to join on. Max, have you been able to listen to any of the other sessions this morning? Morning for us? Good. You're good.
Yes. Morning for you and evening for me.
Yeah, quite a span of time here.
Yeah.
Might as well fill the gap a little bit with a little small talk. So the weather in Utah has been cold this week. Overnight low on Sunday evening it got down to 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think that's something like between -5 and -10 Celsius. Chilly for October.
Just a moment, Ryan. I will change my position. Just a moment.
Sure.
I will sit closer to my router. Just a moment, please.
That sounds good.
Саша, у меня проблемы, потому что от роутера, видимо, не пробивает. Я тут сяду.
Max, I can still hear you if you want to go on mute.
Okay. Okay, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so, but I don't see you. I don't know why,
Okay.
but it's okay. Okay.
Это небольшой проблем.
Okay, I will sit here.
I can see you well. Your video's coming in great. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We've got we've got a handful of people on, and I think it'll be good to get started and get some questions coming in on the chat right away. So I'm going to introduce Max. Max Litnitskiy is I'm going to read this. So I apologize. I'm reading this, but hopefully you can follow along. It's a little bit of Max's backstory. He started as a Linux system administrator and VoIP engineer in 2000. And in 2004, Max founded Asterisk. It's a free and open source IP-PBX that could transform any PC into a PBX. It was so exciting that he established a company focused on Asterisk support and integration services, including installations and custom development. For years, they used Django, later Flask, and a few years ago, they founded Odoo, a Python-based ERP/CRM system, a platform for building business apps. And then they decided to build an Odoo-based Asterisk GUI and also integrate telecom into business processes on a very high level. So they had to create some middleware called the agent that works between Odoo and Asterisk. The first version of the agent was created with the gevent library, but they wanted to switch to Python 3, so they recreated it using async IO, and it was working fine. And they created some Ansible-based installation scripts. But what they also needed was a remote connection to their customers, so they used OpenVPN. And this time they found SaltStack. After realizing it could replace Ansible and VPN, Max had the idea to try SaltStack Engine API to recreate the agent. And so they did it using Tornado, and it worked great. So now they have one tool for all their needs. And Max says, that's fantastic. So Max, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to jump out of video and go to just audio, and I'll monitor the chat. I'll jump in if we see any trouble or if there's any questions that pertain to what you're showing at the time. So thank you, Max.
Thank you for introducing me. Let me share my screen, put it in the full screen. First of all, I would like to thank all people who come to my session. It will be a pleasure for me to share my passion with you. So I'm starting. The Salt of Asterisk, a PBX platform built on Salt. I like actually, in Russian, we have an idiom, the salt of something. This means the most sensible, the most valuable. So the Salt of Asterisk is a play of words, but actually you will realize later why it's true. It's not only the salt stack, but it's really the Salt of Asterisk. So, as Ryan told, I come from IP-PBX world, from Asterisk. First of all, a few words about Asterisk. Asterisk is most popular telephony station. My estimation is that Asterisk now is deployed in every second company in the world. I think that every second PBX in the world is based on Asterisk. And if I'm wrong, I could be wrong just at a little point. So Asterisk many years, and many guys created many nice tools. Many of them, or most of them, are open source. So we have many tools that are created by different teams that are to be integrated together. And sometimes it's not very trivial to integrate it and not very trivial to set up, to work it together. So it's really a challenge to set up an Asterisk server for a customer integrating different open source tools. This is the fact about Asterisk. And the third fact about Asterisk that I would like to stress is VoIP security. By default, probably you might know this, Asterisk setup is quite vulnerable because it admits guest calls, It doesn't protect from brute forcing your SIP account passwords. So, and the current situation is that as soon as you deploy an Asterisk server in the cloud, be it an Amazon or Google Computing or Linode, or DigitalOcean, any cloud provider, it takes about few minutes for scanners to realize and to find your Asterisk server and to start to break in. So this is also the fact. And by default, when you install Asterisk, by plain vanilla Asterisk, it's not protected anyhow. You could install some distributions that, for example, like FreePBX, that include also some systems like fail to ban, but it also sometimes fails and you are going to be hacked. And usually hackers break in Asterisk, and it's a very bad story because during one night you can make this hole can make so many losses to your company, so it will be measured in thousands of dollars easily. So why I think SaltStack is a perfect all-in-one tool. First of all, as I told, uh, I'm doing Asterisk deployment for years, and I have to automate it. So I cannot manually every time go log in into customer server and install and update Asterisk. So we need an automation tool. Our first choice was Ansible, and we were using Ansible happily for years. It has some features that were not very handy for us. For example, remote access. It was not always easy to get a permanent remote access to the company PBX because it always was using it. We were used either SSH with port forwarding. Later, we created OpenVPN and connected customers to our private networks. But again, it's more components, more tools, and more points of failure. With SaltStack, we have master minion setup, and everything works fine. We don't even have to know the customer's IP address to do some troubleshooting to. So I will not tell you about SaltStack. And a reactor. Usually, when you run an Asterisk server, there is some features some situation you have to monitor: disk space, process load, free memory availability. So we used different tools like Nagios and others, and we had to react on this. So we had again to create more applications, more systems, more tools, and again our infrastructure was quite a bit complex to do all this. And also, Asterisk has internal events that we had to get somehow, to integrate somehow, and Salt's reactor was a very beautiful thing. We were very happy to found it out, and we were happy when we started to use it. So next slides, I will go in more details about the reactor system. So you will see how it works. So our main piece is Asterisk agent. We call it Asterisk agent. This is a masterless minion. So what we are presenting now and inviting others to join, what we it's like a fork from our private infrastructure, but we would like to make this piece public so that we can join our efforts, and maybe somebody will contribute also. It will be very nice. So we would like to create a more team focusing on this. So okay, masterless minion, that means we don't have any master. And if you would like to, and our target audience is anyone who would like to deploy Asterisk in his company. So with this Masterless Minion, you can now install Asterisk. Actually, my brother, I will introduce him later, he created an Salt Asterisk formula, but he was on vacation, so he didn't publish it yet to the official Salt repository of formulas, but we will do it soon. What we have now, we have Salt states to do installation of Asterisk. And what we are going to do, we are going to create more state files to install more third-party tools. And we are going to create upgrade states files also, so that our customers or users, for example, you will be able to install and upgrade your Asterisk using short commands of Salt states, calling the states. So Asterisk has an internal Asterisk manager interface called AMI. It's internal Asterisk event bus. So to automate, we have to integrate Salt and Asterisk manager interface, AMI. And also, what agent does, it's a security. So by default, as you start using it, you start to monitor how your SIP accounts are registering, and as soon, and I will show you a demo how it works, as soon as somebody enters wrong password, his IP address is banned. So you are protected from a brute force attack like by this scenario. Let's go ahead. So currently, our solution has the following components. As I told, it is states to manage software installation and upgrades. It's the Salt Stack engine using Salt Stack engine API. It connects to Asterisk and accepts Asterisk events and passes them to the Salt Stack event bus. It also has Asterisk command line interface engine. It again something like a proxy, because we connect to the Asterisk command line and we publish this command line to the web using extern.js library. So you don't need to log into your Asterisk server using SSH. You just can do it from the web browser. So it's very handy and useful. Also, we have Asterisk extension module to send commands to Asterisk. And also we have a fun thing we call HTTP bridge engine. This can be used to route Asterisk manager events to external web services, maybe to monitoring or to statistics, to anything else. So that means that Salt Minion here does very many roles. So it not only installs and updates the Asterisk or other software like it did, like Ansible, for example. It also provides 3 different processes running. So before Salt Stack, we had 3 different processes running, 3 different services. Now we just start one process, Salt Minion, and it spawns all engines and they work together seamlessly. So that's why I call that we have now all in one. It's for us it's amazing because we can easily teach new people how to extend this software, how it's built. So all that somebody needs to know is Salt. So I like the idea that somebody who can join our team, he knows Salt, and that's all that he needs. So in this slide, I introduce a little bit what is done on the level of installation. So currently, when you just call salt check state apply asterisk will be installed. We didn't publish yet the update procedure, but we will do it. And here, what we actually don't use free PBX. We don't use qPanel. We don't use CDR stats for now because we met Odoo, and we build our own products on this. So we have our own management user interfaces built on Odoo. But actually, many people currently free PBX is the most popular user interface for Asterisk. And probably someone would like to create state files that will make FreePBX be installable by Salt. Maybe somebody would like to add qPanel states files to install qPanel or CDR stats. So it will be very good. And the Salt of Asterisk, if we have the most popular tools for Asterisk like FreePBX, qPanel, CDR stats, in one place, this will be the true Salt of Asterisk. This is what I mean. And somebody could add his own tools. It's also okay. So as far as I can see, it could be like a repository of Asterisk software, of PBX software, different PBX software, all managed by Salt. So I like this idea. Let's go. Here I will go quickly on slides, telling something about how we implemented different things. So when the minion starts, we use the following configuration parameter called startup states. That means on every startup, minion currently executes the SLS list, and you can see only one state SLS file is executed. It's called security. This SLS has sets up IP tables, rules, and IP set chains for blocking the hackers. For now, we don't need anything else. Every time the minion is started, and here we like very much how idemponent feature works. So it just checks that we have IP tables active. We have IP set chains active. So we don't have any situation that agent starts, but we don't have IP tables ready. We like it. It's also the part of the Salt. So we don't use external systems to run something, to prepare the Linux for us. We use Salt to do it. This slide shows how we use a security using Reactor. So in the AMI engine, Asterisk engine, we have one line of code. So we just do an event fire. We pass an event that we get from Asterisk to the Salt, to the Minion event bus. In the reactor, we subscribe to the AMI events. You see, like this. And here is an example of AMI events SLS. You can see that if event is invalid password, invalid account ID, or challenge response failed, we call ban IP from Asterisk Module, and we pass event data there that contains the hacker's IP address. So for me, before having this, we were using Python to create everything. From the Python, we were creating IP tables, IP sets, we were handling these events, so we were handling, but with Salt, we started to use Salt language. We refactored everything to the Salt language, and we start to use Salt language everywhere we can do. So we remove our old code and we use Salt language, Salt modules. We cross connect them. So we do it for many months already, but we can't stop being happy from this. This slide is about engines we use. I told you a little bit about them, so I will not stop for long here. We use Asterisk AMI engine, Asterisk command line interface engine, and HTTP bridge. So for Odoo, we have already this bridge. It's called Odoo bridge, and this bridge is Odoo Asterisk event to Odoo. But for now, we didn't publish and create it in the public module, but we plan to do it just for at least for demo and to show somebody probably who is interested the future way or the possibility where to extend. I will talk about it more later here. We have some extensions. So currently we have just Asterisk Module, Asterisk Mod, that has some AMI actions. So we send action to Asterisk. We call actions, send and call differ by that we don't wait for any result. We just can send and forget about it. We manage conf files, and this part is not yet ported to the Salt language because everything here can be done using Salt states, and it will be ported to the Salt states as soon as we have time to do it. Okay, this is an example. This is an example how we can interact with Asterisk. We just make a Salt call, Asterisk call AMI action, and we send a ping action to the Asterisk. The Asterisk replies, okay, I'm alive. Here's an example that we can request a zip show peer from Asterisk peer 1001. And again, in the Salt structure, we can get Asterisk peer settings, some of them caller ID like this, everything. Here we just send an action to Asterisk called dial plan reload. So we just reloaded the dial plan from the Salt. And here is a screenshot of Asterisk Web Console. So you can see this is a browser. And this is a full-featured Asterisk console here. Probably, maybe some of you will want to integrate this solution into your own system, into your own product, because it's really very easy using Xterm GS library to get the Asterisk console in the browser. So currently, this console is served by the Tornado, Salt Tornado static HTTP server. So it's again using Salt, we serve the Xterm.js library. It is served as a static files and connects. So again, we still remain in the Salt core for doing this. We had some issues when we were doing, and we published these issues to the Salt Stack GitHub repository. Some of them were solved, and some of them are still open. I will talk a little bit about them. What is annoying actually for me is that absolute path for extension module is directive. So this means I have to configure and the default path of where I install the state files, the SLS files, the extensions, and it's set here in the extension modules, and I cannot put a relative part here. So this is maybe will be the bug is open, and maybe it will be solved in the next version of Salt. Outdated Tornado. So the latest Tornado, they share one event loop with async.io. So it will be very tasty when we have a one event loop for using for Tornado reactor, for example, and for engines async.io engines. So we wait for it. We actually. Okay, next issue. It was there is some reactor options, but actually we discovered these options were only for master. When you work in masterless mode, the reactor is single-threaded. That means when you have many events, security events or other events, you have a bottleneck. You cannot do it. That's why we had to move some features from the reactor away and created and we moved it to the engine level. So instead of using a reactor that would be more clean, more nice, more extendable, more clear for others, we had to put it in the Python code of the engine. So maybe we can later again raise this issue, and maybe we can even contribute and try to refactor it or to rework. But this is an issue for us. And the most issue for now that we do somehow, but we cannot really use masterless mode with master. So how I would like to use it? We have many customers, and customers use our agent, that is a minion. But the minion must be fully independent of master. We cannot handle the situation or admit the situation that our master is down and the customer asterisk will not boot and will not work because of our master. Currently, when in full masterless mode, it works fine because all state files, all SLS files are kept on the minion locally. What we would like to have just the ability to remotely connect to the minion to execute the code. But for now it's not possible because when master is not available, the minion doesn't boot correctly. It doesn't run startup states, and as far as I remember, it doesn't go to the stage of running the engines. But at least it doesn't run the startup states for sure. That's why we have to set up two minions, two separate configuration of minions. One minion is just for master accepting us, and another minion is for asterisk. So it's not convenient, and we would like to move to one minion setup. But it's okay. It works for us, and we hope sometime in future it will change, or even we will change it. Let's see how it will be. So I told about our system. Now I will tell about the team who is doing this. We are two brothers, me and my brother. We are both Asterisk system administrators, and my brother is mostly Asterisk administrator. So he is a certified expert and trainer, and he also is a Salt Stack master. But I'm mostly the developer, so I like developing more the system administrator, and I try to do the development. And we are open to embrace new team members. You can find the project here at github.com litnitskiy, or you can I will put this link in the chat, and you can copy link address, you can save it. Why you would like to join? Because we have a dream, and this dream I would like to share with you. First of all, as I told, we have some experience with Django and Flask. We would like to have some user interface for security configuration, for IP addresses. You could see how to ban, how to add a whitelist, like this. We would like to have more open source tools to be integrated. But the most dream, we would like to create a free PBX replacement. Free PBX is the most popular asterisk user interface, but it is very buggy. It is very outdated. It uses a very low, not efficient, old LAMP architecture. So it's very heavy. It's very it's a hole, security hole. So if you know what is FreePBX, you know what I mean. And actually, we can do it because there is more good alternative. We could use Flask app builder platform like a Flask admin interface, and we could create we could easily and quickly create many Asterisk apps using Flask. So why? And finally, how I see this project in future. So Asterisk, Salt of Asterisk, it could be the Salt PBX, and it will be a complete replacement. And you will not need any tool. So there will be no FreePBX, no QPanel, no CDR stats. Everything will be again implemented in one tool using Flask and the most modern approaches of creating different features as a plugins. So maybe we can use POP architecture for this, because so you can just install new modules. If you want call statistics, call history, you can just easily connect it. If you want queue management and queue statistics and analytics, you can easily connect it. So that's why I came to this conference, to this SaltConf session, to share my passion and my brother's passion about Asterisk and about building a world FreePBX replacement using Flask and Salt stack. So if it touches you anyhow, please join, please get in contact with us, so we can share the role, share the job, the task, and go and do it. This is my call. Thank you very much for listening to me, for visiting my presentation. Now I would like to show just a little demo how it works. Let me switch to the console. Ryan, can you see me and hear me?
I can see you and hear you, and I can see your console. And if you're in the chat, if you are an attendee on this, there's an arrow at the top of the chat to minimize the chat window and make Maxim's screen larger. So
just a moment, I will see how to minimize
just
the
above
screen.
chat, there's an arrow to
this.
And that's what the users can do. You don't need to worry about it. When you share a screen, you're fine.
I see.
But when the users do it, they can minimize their chat to see more of your screen.
Okay, somebody pasted the link. Okay, so just to show how it works. So I'm just touching it. I start the minion. I will go a little go. So you can see that we are starting the reactor engine. We are starting the Asterisk AMI engine. It's connecting to the Asterisk. Okay, registering to all Asterisk events. And you can see that on the Salt stack, we got Asterisk event. So if you are Asterisk expert, you know that fully booted, successful auth. So we got the events here. We see that we entered the startup states, and we are creating the IP tables filters for protecting from the brute force. And I will show you now how it works. So I'm going to open the phone. As you can see, it's registered now. So it's connected, disconnected. You can see these events, device state change, peer status. So we can see the Asterisk events here in the Salt. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to simulate that a wrong password. So I'm just putting another username, and I do like this. So it didn't connect. Asterisk told once that we have a failed registration, but we also see the Salt Minion who put my IP address in the blacklist. So, and we can see that it's really there, IP set list, and it's really here. So I was blocked, and it doesn't use the approach. For example, the de facto approach currently in the Asterisk world is setting a fail to ban, a universal system, a universal software that analyzes the logs, and after it sees an event in the logs, it parses it and it goes and blocks the attacker. I know funny stories when people upgraded the Asterisk and the Asterisk changed the event log message, and all failed to ban installation just stopped to work. So the whole world just was set in the position of open, and many companies were hacked because of this, because it was a separate tool, separate maintainers of failed to ban asterisk asterisk files. They didn't know the asterisk change the format. So now, but what we use, we connect to the internal asterisk message. So it's API. It will not be changed without. It's like this. It's a contract. It's API contract, and as when your minion is working, you are protected. So for now, if I would like to, for now I use command line tools to interact with this. But if IP set del blacklist, and I remove the IP address, and I can connect again. But what we have we have our own solution for this using Odoo. So now you can see the Odoo replacement, like an replacement of FreePBX, but Odoo platform based on Asterisk user interface based on Odoo. So you can see that we have what I told you. It's like it's here in Odoo, so we have a config editor, and I would like to re-implement this using Flask. So Odoo is a separate story, separate platform. It's a commercial platform, and we sell these apps. But we would like to create these interfaces and put these to the open source, to the okay, I have to start another minion for this, like this. So probably I have to stop here because I can talk about Odoo, Asterisk, and Salt for endlessly, and maybe you have some stories. I will stop sharing the screen and we'll come to the chat to see.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments, or even if anybody wants to get on audio and video and chat with Max, let me know and we'll put you on. So you do have a question from Ra.
Actually, there is an issue with this option. Really, there's an issue, and we can easily solve. Just a moment. I will open and show you the exact issue what we had there. Salt stack like this. Let's go to issues, and you will see my issue here. I don't think it's closed. Yes, we have an open issue. So the problem is that the problem is it connects to master and it doesn't connect to it. So let me put the issue to the chat, and probably you can see it, and maybe you can advise there something. So it stopped. It didn't help us because it was related to another feature that we could not use, like this. You can see here it. Okay. Any more questions, please? Oh, hello. I don't hear anybody. Can you hear me?
Any questions yet,
Oh, okay.
Max? Sorry.
Okay.
Still have quite a few people on, so if anybody has any questions or wants to run through any scenarios, that would be great.
I forgot that I stopped sharing the screen, and you were waiting until I open this GitHub issue. Yeah, this was the issue. The issue was we couldn't even use this feature with when you put use master when local and also master type disabled, always produce an error. So Minion didn't start at all with this with these settings together, but actually our main target was using masterless setup. So master type we had it disabled by default. And okay, good question. Thank you for this question about Minion without master. First of all, we created a tool for an individual company that will not be managed by us. So by a company that just started to remember that we started from Odoo as a platform and Asterisk, and we had to create a middleware. So we created this middleware, but this doesn't. It was not implied that we will have to remotely connect or will do something. So customers don't have. Moreover, some customers would not like to be managed. So and even the idea that it is a Salt Minion that connects somewhere, they don't like it at all. So by default, it's a masterless, and the masterless setup must work without any issues. But we want some customers want us to help them to manage them, and that's why we need with master setup. And as I told, there is not everything perfect here. But I hope I answered the question about masterless design. There was another idea to install also master to the machine. So both master and minion will work together on one server. But again, what for? Just to eliminate this bug. So we have two masters, and so for now it's like this. Maybe if you join the project and you would like to have some version of config files for master setup, it's okay. Why not? Okay, did you use Salt to monitor SIP and IX chunks? Actually, this is what in Odoo we do it because we have AMI events. So when trunks are change the states, we have an AMI event. This event goes to the Salt, and it's a matter of a reactor to take this event and to do something with this event. Maybe to send to Prometheus or to your own statistical system. And it will be also a nice feature, a nice contribution, and a nice road to extend the software. So just to put Prometheus reactor SLS files that will move the statistics of trunks to Prometheus. So you see, with Salt and Reactor, we have many integration roads open. So welcome. Okay, I believe you have multiple Asterisk system. Could be useful.
To repeat the question just for the recording, Vishal says, I believe if you have multiple Asterisk systems, thinking Federation, master with multiple minions, Asterisk servers could be useful. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
And then we have a question from Connor. How do you manage your Salt environments or states for different customers? Does each customer get their own master? How do you granularize configurations to meet customer needs without repeating the same code over and over.
Okay, we put customers' data to pillars, to grains, so depending on the situation. So they the general setup is done using the general setup is one for all, but sometimes some customers require special setup, and they have to have their own SLS file, for example. So GTFS, we connect GTFS and we connect customers' data from there. So we use a repository, and every customer has his own repository.
Any other questions from attendees? I think we've gotten a lot of thank yous, a lot of people saying they're going to check it out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks to Max and his brother Alex for the work they've done on this and for presenting this today. This will be recorded and you can come back and listen to it later on saltconf.com. And Max, I imagine that people will have follow-up questions for you. How can they reach out to you if they have questions for you later?
No problem. Just create tickets on the GitHub, for example.
Okay.
No.
That's great. Yeah, if you run into any issues or have any feedback, create a ticket on the GitHub for this project. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click the leave button, Max, and we'll let people, just so you know, if you're on this presentation, you can go early to the network table, or you can use the feature within Hopin to get to know other people. But I'd like to see you on the chat for the general session, or in one of the networks booths soon. So stop by there, get some free swag at the swag booth, whatever you need to do. Thanks, Max.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Thanks all. Thanks to all. And welcome.